Hello guys, today I am doing my first Blue Reads to You book. So the book is The Good Dinosaur. So let me explain it to you. So each day we will read 2 chapters. Hopefully it doesn't take that long. And I hope you guys really enjoy it if you don't own the book and you haven't read it yet. Pretty good. I've read it. Well, not all of it. I'm like reading it right now. So let's start. So here's the back. One of the asteroids that changed life on Earth had missed the planet, and giant dinosaurs had never become extinct. Meet Arlo, a good-natured dinosaur who's trying to find his place in the world, except he's afraid of almost everything. When tragedy strikes, that scared little dinosaur has some big time growing up to do, complete with pterodactyl chases, T-Rex run-ins, and unlikely friendship with a human boy. The Good Dinosaur, the junior novelization, retells Oz's exciting journey and includes 8 pages of full-color art from the movie. I'm sorry I couldn't show you the book because I don't want you guys seeing my face, so yeah. Chapter 1. All was quiet on Earth 65 million years ago, on a day very much like many before it, as a group of dinosaurs peacefully ate in a lush green field. A big moon cast a gentle glow from above as they lazily chewed on ferns and fronds, twigs, and leaves. But the deepest, darkest depths of outer space, way beyond the dinosaurs, things that were not so calm. A giant space rock was hovering millions of miles above Earth, moving more quickly than the others in the asteroid belt. It nudged a larger rock, sending an even bigger rock on its path. The asteroid began descending toward the Earth. It burned as it entered the atmosphere, gaining momentum. Don't know how to pronounce it, okay? On track to smack right into the blue planet. It raced faster and faster, getting closer and closer until, whoosh, whoosh! The raging fireball darted right past Earth, just missing it. Down below, dinosaurs stopped cheering for a brief moment as they watched the bright silver streak of light shoot across the night sky. Then they went back, chomping on their leafy greens. Millions of years later, the world had changed. Earth and the dinosaurs that roamed it had become very different. 2 pastors were busy cultivating a farm alongside a river at the base of 3-point mountain range called Clawtooth Mountain. Henry and Ida worked hard tending their fields and produced enough food to get themselves through every winter. Their farm was flourishing, and soon they'd have a family. Early one morning, Henry was outside doing his chores, using his mouth and long neck to spray streams of water across the cornfields, when he heard Ida's voice ring out, "Henry! It's time!" Ida and Henry gazed at the eggs cosily seen together in their large nest. All three were smooth and white, but one of them was quite a bit larger than the other two. Actually, they assumed that would be their biggest and strongest. Ida and Henry had been dreaming about the little dinosaurs growing inside those beautiful eggs for so long. It was hard to believe the waiting was about to be over. They watched with hopeful eyes as one of the smaller ones wobbled just a bit. Then it wobbled a bit more, and finally a tiny crooked opening formed. And I just need to tell you guys this. I'm probably just gonna read one chapter because it takes me a little while to read it. Okay, so let's continue. Crackle, crackle, crack. The shell split open, and like a little ray of sunshine, a female dinosaur poked her head out of the shell. On top of the egg fell to the ground, and with some effort, the baby dinosaur reached out for it. Unfortunately, she was a bit off balance and tipped right over. Mama and Papa chuckled at their darling daughter. Papa reached down to lift the shell, but the little dinosaur was nowhere to be found. He was worried at first, but then he heard the sweetest little laugh. From out of nowhere, she appeared on Mama's back and laying out a squeaky roar, she rode down her Mama's long neck. Mama grabbed her baby by the tail before she hit the ground. You little sneak, Mama said lovingly. The baby dinosaur laughed. Hello, Libby, Mama said. Just then, the other small egg began to wobble. Crack! Sorry about that. I know that you didn't have to wait, but my mom had to call me for something, so. Okay, so let's continue. A crack appeared at the top of its shell. It wobbled a bit more until pop! A foot pushed against the shell and came out. Pop! 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 One by one, 3 more feet pierced through, sticking straight out. The egg rolled over on its 4 thick legs, stomped around until it bashed into a log post. The shell came away, and the tough little male dinosaur, built like a tank, stood and looked at Mama and Papa. His head was big for a baby Pastosaurus and looked as if it were bouncing on top of its long neck. Hello, Buck, Papa said proudly. The little dinosaur picked up a stick and started beating his father's legs with it. He's got your eyes, he told Mama. Mama and Papa looked at the biggest of the eggs. They waited and waited, expecting their final child to emerge, but nothing happened. All of a sudden, Buck appeared and started smacking the giant egg with a huge stick. Papa immediately intervened. Get out of there, you little prickle bush, he said. A crack slowly formed around the top of the egg. Mama and Papa leaned in. All right, this is gonna be a big one, Papa said excitedly. Crack! The egg opened and the top popped off. Both of the parents gasped in anticipation, but nothing more happened. A little dinosaur emerged. They leaned forward, peering in, and curled up beside the bottom of the egg, and curled up again. Inside the bottom of the egg was the tiniest dinosaur either of them had ever seen. Sorry guys, if I stop sometimes. Papa pulled up the top half of the shell, and the tiny dinosaur timidly peeked out at them. Hello, Arlo, Papa said, trying to coax the little pastoress out of the egg. Barlow didn't move. His arms and legs were splayed, gripping the inside of his shell tightly. He was not interested in leaving. Come on out, Papa encouraged. Arnold nervously inched forward, quivering with fear. Look at you, said Papa, smiling adorningly. Then Arnold tipped over and fell flat on his face with his backside sticking straight up in the air. Seeing a golden opportunity, Buck lumbered out over and smacked Arnold on the butt with his stick. Buck! Scowled Papa. Buck scurried off, bouncing and romping about with Libby. Arlo watched them for a moment and then decided to join the fun. He was nervous at first, but as he picked up speed, he began to enjoy running around with his brother and sister. Eventually, three little dinosaurs ran all the way to the door where the view stopped them in their tracks. Their eyes opened wide as they gazed out at the big, bright world outside. There was a large mountain range and fields that seemed to go up on for miles. That's Clawtooth Mountain. And this is our farm, said Papa contentedly. We're all going to take care of it together. Libby and Buck already seemed excited by the farm and the possibilities that lay ahead of them. But Arlo was overwhelmed and so by all of its newness and unfamiliarity. The little dinosaur trembled a little as he looked at the wide open world that loomed in front of him. Please give us a round of applause. So that was chapter 1 of The Good Dinosaur. So I hope you enjoyed it. Now bye guys!